Hello,
Hello.
friends. Long time no see.
Yes. We finally made it to our live. Well, first of all, we tried to make it to a live last week, but unfortunately, after we set up the live, I came down with some type of a bug and was not feeling good
Yeah, our
at all.
entire family actually last week went through a bug for each member every
Yeah,
day. It was something. So unfortunately, the time that we were supposed to go live, the bug actually caught up to Devon.
yeah.
So
And then on top of that, we tried to basically come on to the community channel to let you guys know that, basically we were supposed to go live. We're sorry that we weren't able to go live and explain what happened. Then our internet went down. So we were out of
yeah.
internet for a couple of days until they actually
Mhm.
came and fixed it.
Yeah.
But before we continue, if you are here in the live stream, welcome. As usual, let's do a quick test of sound. Can you guys see us and can you guys hear us? If so, just leave a comment. Let us know that you can see us and you can hear us well, because we have our microphones. As you can see, we have everything plugged in, but we just always want to make sure, because again,
Double check.
you know.
Hi, Kelly.
Hey,
Hiya.
Kelly, how
Glad
are
you're
you?
feeling better. Thank you. Hey, JBO. Did you miss Hawaii?
Always miss Hawaii.
Yeah. Hi, Carol.
Loud and clear.
Chris and Marta. Loud and clear. Thank you. Go
From
to
Barbados. Gee.
Hawaii.
That's awesome.
Yay, Andrew. We saw your pictures. They're awesome.
Yes, for sure.
Thank you for sending us the updates and all your vacation pictures.
It always feels great to come back live and reconnect with you guys. And I know we don't do it often enough, but we definitely will try to make better attempts to try to come live and keep you guys updated on what's going on and our travels and everything else. And speaking of travels, to catch up to speed with everything, so much has happened. Oh my gosh, this month of February has just been madness.
Yep.
So we just recently got off our back-to-back cruise.
Yes, two cruises back to back.
Yes.
Sailing out of Puerto Rico.
Yes, and we did the Southern Caribbean. Let us know in the comments, have you guys sailed the Southern Caribbean before? It's different than actually going to Caribbean where you normally would leave out of Miami. It's a totally different situation. The islands are totally different, it's like the culture and everything else. You get a different, I think, as far as even the tours go and the excursion, it's different than when you're sailing kind of like, the typical Miami ports of call, as they call it.
Hello, Luis. So Luis, yes, and here, Allison. Hello, Michael. Aloha from Mesa, Arizona. Congratulations. Thank you, Angel. Yes, congratulations to both of you. So excited. Yes, thank you.
Thank you guys,
Carol,
for joining.
Congratulations. Honeymoon in Costa Rica.
Nice.
No. Well, actually, the reason why this live is called Save the Date is because we actually do have the date now.
We'll let you guys know exactly what the date will be and how we're going about this whole thing, because it's been a journey so far. So there's a lot to kind of unpack, and we'll get to that.
Ikaika, aloha from Honolulu, Hawaii.
Thank you guys so much for the,
Thank you. Ikaika, have you been to the new supermarket that is opened in Waikiki, in heart of Waikiki Market?
Yeah, Chris, have you visited also? Chris is here. Let us know if you visited the supermarket, the new supermarket in Waikiki. Let us know what it's like in there. I definitely want to see some footage of stuff like that. It's awesome.
Leticia is here. Aloha, Leticia.
So, question. I'd like to know how many of you guys actually noticed that we kind of tweaked our logo just a little bit, and also our intro is a little bit different than what it usually is. So what we did was, the only little tweak on our logo, the JBO logo, has been the cruise ship that we added. It's kind of like a little Easter egg, little cruise ship popped in there. You guys can see it in the upper left or right hand corner, depending on how this is flipped. Right below the coconut, the palm tree, is the cruise ship, and we added that just recently. Since we've been producing cruise vlogs, someone actually commented. They're like, "Oh, I had no idea you guys did cruise vlogs," and we're like, "Yeah, we cruise often. We have a lot of cruise videos." So I was like, "Okay, well, maybe we need to reflect that, in the logo some way, somehow." And we came up with what we came up with by adding a little cruise ship in the O. I'm gonna show you what that kind of looks like. We'll So let's go back here. Yeah. So that's all good.
Cute flip. He just said, Allison, I want to be anywhere warm right now. I'm in Utah right now, and it snowed for over 24 hours.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you need to get out of there.
Andrew, congrats. So excited to look forward to learning the date when we have a moment, a time to head to our dinner table. Enjoy your dinner,
Yes,
Andrew.
enjoy for sure.
Thank you for tuning in for a little bit.
So let's talk let's try to unpack this whole cruise thing, and we're going to tell you guys what basically you can look forward to in the next few videos. When I say few videos, it's actually about 20
yeah,
about 20 videos we produced over this back-to-back sailings through the Southern Caribbean. And in the Southern Caribbean, the first ship we sailed on was the Norwegian Epic out of Puerto Rico, and it was the ABC Islands. So that consists of Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao, St. Lucia, and St. Kitts.
Yes.
Right. So those are the islands that it stopped, and
it was a 7-day sailing, and we actually had 5 stops. So obviously the first day was the embarkation, doesn't really count, and then 1 day at sea, and then 5 days back to back going on off to the shore doing excursions. And
we noticed that's actually a big thing when it comes to cruising the Southern Caribbean that we noticed within the
at least from Puerto Rico.
At least from Puerto Rico, right? In the first 2 to 3 days, we were like, wow, we're feeling a little tired. And that's because all the ports of call are literally day after day after day, as compared to if you sail, say, out of Miami or out of New York. You have that long day at sea before you get to the first island. And then by the time you get to the second island, it's another maybe long day at sea. So there's a break in between. And for some people, I guess it's, I don't know what the percentage is, but for some people we were talking to on the ship we were on, they were like, wow, I'm like really tired. And we kind of felt a little tired also, because we're not used to sailing that way. That's why it stood out to us right away. But for some people, they're like, yeah, bring it on. I want all the islands. I want to go.
That's what kind of we got greedy, because we haven't, out of all that, we had 11 stops, and out of all the 11 stops, only 1 stop was repeating from one cruise to the next. And only 2 stops we've been previously on, so pretty much the rest of the stops were new to us.
Yes. So we noticed a lot of different things, and of course, in the vlogs that we're producing, we're doing the first impressions of the ship. As you guys know, it's kind of a format that we've created. We always start off whenever we board a ship, we do a first impressions. We do a walking tour of the ship, so you guys see exactly what the ship has to offer. All the decks, obviously excluding the cabin decks, but all the other decks, we do walking tours and show you around. We do pros and cons of the ship, because as we all know, not all ships are perfect. So we do pros and cons.
Is there a perfect ship?
Yes. Yeah. Is there a perfect ship? Yeah. Let us know what your perfect ship is. We haven't found one yet, so we're looking for ours. As well as the ports of call, if we do an excursion, we document the excursion, and with the purpose of letting you guys know, is it worth it? Because obviously, a lot of these excursions, they're not all cut out to be the same, and a lot of them you get surprises. If you've been on an excursion that actually shocked you, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, we have.
We have. On this cruise, we went on an excursion, and I'm not going to say too much because the video is coming out very soon.
Stay tuned.
Yes. Actually, speaking of video coming out soon, right after this live, we are actually posting, it's going live, the walking tour of the Norwegian Epic ship. And then from there, the other ones will come out. We already did Aruba. We're going to do Curacao next, the ABC, obviously Bonaire. These islands of the Southern Caribbean is so beautiful. I wouldn't mind doing it again. But I would want to add from Barbados.
Yes, Barbados is we actually learned that there are some sailings out from Barbados.
Yes, and the stops are really interesting.
So Andrew, if you're still here, maybe you can extend your Barbados. He's in Barbados right now,
Yes.
right?
He's
So
in
Andrew
Barbados.
was here earlier. He actually right now in Barbados,
Yes.
and so maybe idea you should sail from there.
Hi, Jessica. How are
Jess.
you? Jess is here.
Angel,
Hey, Ken. How are you? Thank you so much, Ken.
Angel said, I love these two people. They're amazing and love your videos. Thank you.
Thank you, Devon. Awesome. He actually made it here because
Oh,
Devon actually pops in
yes.
every once in a
Later,
while.
right?
Definitely want to say thank you for everyone joining in from Facebook and also coming over from Instagram. I know we did a quick post saying that we're going to be live. So our first sailing was Norwegian Epic. Our second sailing was basically the Royal Caribbean, which happens to be, I think, one of our best ships that we've been on. We really like Royal Caribbean, and there is a big difference between the two, and we highlighted it both in the videos that we all created. When we sailed the Royal Caribbean, we went to St. Thomas. It started in Puerto Rico. It went to St. Thomas, then it did St. Martin, Antigua, Barbados, St. Kitts, which was repeat from the Epic.
But we did a completely different tour.
Tour, yep, absolutely. And then it ended up in St. Croix, which was the last stop, and then back to Puerto Rico. From there, we actually stayed in Puerto Rico, but we met a vlogger, actually, funny enough, on Royal Caribbean, and he was from Puerto Rico, and he actually said that one of the prettiest beaches rated in the world was Flamenco Beach. And we were like, where's that? He's like, it's right off Puerto Rico in Culebra, the island of Culebra. So there's two islands off Puerto Rico.
Have you heard of Culebra Island? Let us know.
Yes. So you take a ferry from the tip of Puerto Rico over to Culebra, or you can go to Vallecas. There's different beaches and stuff. But he said that was the best. So we took his advice. We rented Airbnb. That, my friends, was a mission. When you see that vlog, wow. She went through a lot on that one, and it wasn't good. So we'll let you know exactly what happened. All just to see one of the world's most beautiful beaches. Was it worth it? Well, we'll leave that one up. You guys will see what the answer for that one is. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, let me see what else.
Andrew, hi to you both. Been enjoying your new JBO vacation video. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Have you guys done the Polynesian Cultural Center? Absolutely.
Yes.
This is a must.
Yes, you have to do that.
Highly recommend it.
It's a must.
And on our website, we also have an affiliate link. If you are planning to go to Polynesian Cultural Center, we would appreciate if you just click on our link. It will cost you the same, but we will get a small commission. And if you do far enough in advance, minimum 10 days, we also have a promo code for you that you can get a discount.
So they were asking what ship for Royal Caribbean. It was the Royal Caribbean something of the seas.
Voyager.
Voyager of the Seas. Yes, a beautiful ship, very nice. We had a really fun time on that ship. I really enjoyed it a lot. So. Yes, definitely. Katie Law, this is my first live.
Yay! Welcome.
Thank you. A new subscriber this week as well. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for taking the time.
Sheila, is it Sheila or Sheila? Sheila, right? Sheila, congratulations.
Thank you. So, what else do we have here? Well, let's talk about kind of how this all came about. So, as the title suggests, save the date. So, as you guys know, or maybe not know, if you're new, such as Katie, welcome, and all the newcomers and all the future newcomers that will be watching this video, we basically got engaged in Hawaii. Yes. So I'm going to play a little bit of the footage here. Well, not the footage, but some of the videos. So here is we took a helicopter ride, and it landed on a tiny little peak on a cliff.
If you know Kualoa Range, that's where what is it, Jurassic
Park
was filmed, and many other movies. And this cliff is overlooking that valley where a lot of movies were shot. So Devon did a surprise helicopter ride that was actually landing there was a absolutely gorgeous view, and he proposed.
Yeah, it was awesome. It
That
was
was
awesome.
incredible.
And just in the description of this video, we did a video with the whole backstory of how it all happened, how I put it together, what the experience was like. Because of course, you can do this helicopter landing as well, and it obviously doesn't have to be an engagement or proposal or anything like that. You can just land up there.
Even do picnics.
Yes, they can do a picnic for you up there. So we did capture what all that information, what you need to know in booking it, and it's an experience that's just amazing, and we highly recommend it. So yes, so this was.
And this company Paradise Helicopter that we use is the only helicopter company that has the license to land at that beautiful location. And the ocean views that you see is Kaneohe Bay. The east side is the views are stunning.
Yes, for sure. And the photos that you are witnessing here, that was done by Limitless. So definitely photography.
We also have a discount code for you on our website. So if you decide to use the photography services, you can use the discount.
And this photo specifically, let me go back a little bit. This photo here, we actually did it on the beach, and this was done by Oasis Picnic.
Yes.
And they're also another company. They offer these amazing charcuterie boards, along with the decor and the tent and throw pillows and flowers and you name it. They put it together for you, and you can have a beautiful picnic celebrating anything, life, even if you wanted to. On the beach, they set it all up for you. All you need to do is just come, sit down, eat, enjoy, relax, get up and go. They take care of everything for you. So again, that's also something, if you are heading to Hawaii, you want to experience that, we highly recommend that as well. It's really cool. So yeah, so that's basically what it was, the proposal, the photos that you're seeing now. And from there, everyone was kind of asking, well, when is the wedding? When is the wedding? And we didn't really decide because we were traveling so much and everything had to line up. But now this all came about, I guess, while we were on the cruise, correct?
Well, so basically everybody was asking us, are you doing a wedding in Hawaii? Well, since we already lived there and want just top of the line proposal, it can really beat the wedding, and we wanted our wedding to be extra special. So we decided to get married in the Maldives, right on the beach. They do incredible, dreamy wedding ceremonies there. So we were basically planning the time because it is super far, and we were thinking of the time when we're gonna go to that part of the world. It's located in the Indian Ocean, so that's why. And they do have a season. Also, Maldives is seasonal, so the season kind of ends in April. So after we got back from the cruise, we were planning originally to go to Bali, but for a month, and then from Bali to fly to Maldives. But changed of plans, and we had to extend our time here in New York, take care of some business. We will tell you about it later. And now we are flying to the Maldives on February 28th. It will take us pretty much 2 days to fly, even though it is a 22-hour flight. But because of the time difference, we actually will arrive March 2nd.
Yes, it's crazy. So planning this whole Maldives thing there's a lot that we've learned. And we'll, of course, as usual, we'll pass all this information on to you. So just in case you guys are thinking about going to the Maldives for whatever reason, you'll know exactly how to deal with it, because it can get a little complicated. We've been on the phone and text messages and emails, and of course, because it's an event that we're going for, it's not like we're just going. So there's a lot of things we're trying to finalize, and things are not going well in certain aspects. We're waiting to hear back for certain things. So again, we'll break all that stuff down for you and let you know what are the best ways to deal with this once we figure it out.
Well, my wedding dresses never arrived. by the way.
So there's a lot that's happened in the time that we've been here. So fingers crossed that everything works out towards the end of it. And at the end of the day, we'll have a beautiful wedding, and it'll be an amazing time. So we're really, really looking forward to it. We're super excited, and of course, you along with us. And as Irina mentioned before,
date.
Yes, go ahead.
The date is March 7th that we are getting married.
Lock
March
it in.
7th.
Lock it in. Yes.
We don't know the exact time yet because, again, we'll share that with you. It's pretty difficult to talk to this resort. They are on island time, apparently. So we don't know what time.
Yeah. And with the Maldives, it's not as simple as just flying to the location. You have to fly to Male, I think it's called? Male. And then from there, you take either a seaplane or a water taxi to the private island that you're going to. We're actually taking another flight. We're taking a seaplane to the island we're going to, and then it's two separate entities, even though they're in conjunction with each other, because you can't get from one place to the next without that transportation. But it seems like you have to deal with them separately, and it's not really seamless. It's not a seamless thing. So, yes, again, a lot of things that we're unpacking and trying to deal with right now.
Please share what resort we're going to.
Sure.
Yeah. So we will be staying at Lux South Ari Atoll in the Maldives.
Yep, that is the one we're staying at.
Anybody actually visited the Maldives before or would like to visit? Is it on your bucket list?
Yes.
Do you want to know about the Maldives and how to travel there, and Maldives travel guides and everything, and how to plan, I don't know, honeymoon, wedding,
celebrate life,
vow exchange?
Yeah.
So
definitely, if you want to know more about the Maldives, let us know, and we'll actually put together the information for you. So yes, that island is really beautiful, and of course, there's a lot of islands or atolls, as they say out there, that you can choose from, and it's all within your budget. And that's the great thing about the Maldives. I know when you think Maldives, you think super high, super expensive, but now things have gotten much more affordable, and they said it's actually even can be cheaper than going to, like, say, Bora Bora or something like that.
Oh, definitely.
So that's if you didn't know that, again, we'll put all that information and videos for you once we're there, to let you know and give you more fine information on how that all
Yolanda is here. Hey, 3 days after my birthday. Happy birthday! Will it be live? So yes, it will be live. Again, we don't know the Wi-Fi situation on the island.
It's going to be live.
Right. They say there's Wi-Fi, but I don't know if it's going to be enough for streaming.
Yes, because the way the island is set up, on the island itself, there's in the center of the island is where all the restaurants and the facilities are, the major facilities. And I guess that's where they would have the antenna. And where we're getting married, the ceremony's happening, they always kind of do it towards the very tip of the island, where it's like a sandbank. So out there, I'm not sure if the reception is going to be great, but regardless, we are going to capture it from every single angle you can think about. So regardless, we'll be creating a video on the full experience. But yes, we would love to go live, and that is our priority. That is one of the questions that we have asked the resorts and have not received an answer as of yet, amongst other questions. But again, it seems to be a work in progress with only a few weeks remaining. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, Allison said would love to go there one day, definitely on the bucket list. Angel say my family and I will be in Hawaii by then. How exciting and how wonderful you're going to be a beautiful bride. Thank you. I can't wait to see the videos.
Put that up here.
And pictures. Thank you. Kelly says, yeah, congratulations. That's going to be amazing. Yes, we are super excited.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons actually we chose the resort that we are going to is because they have whale sharks hanging out around the resort. And that is considered to be one of the popular attractions about in that area because that's where the whale sharks are mostly frequenting.
Yeah. Have you guys snorkeled or dived with whale sharks before? Let us know in the comments.
And I'm happy for you to really enjoyed meeting you in Hawaii. Yes, Yolanda.
That was so cool.
Yeah,
so
we
cool.
enjoyed having drinks with you there.
Yeah, Yolanda was
awesome.
one of the few that actually we met. And as much as we tried to meet with other people, it was always a thing about timing and location. And even though you're on the same island, it still didn't always line up. So we're definitely fortunate to meet the people that we were able to. And I think Yolanda came walking to us, right? We were having lunch on one of the roof decks.
Yeah, brunch.
Yeah, brunch. And you happened to be in the neighborhood. And we're like, hey, come up. We're right upstairs. So that worked out great. Really cool.
If you have any questions about our travels, about Hawaii, about us, just hashtag you a question and we'll be happy to answer it.
Yes. Going through the comments here, make sure I covered everything.
James says, can't wait. I suspect it will be it will be just be out amazing. Yes.
Okay, still going through some of the comments. I think I'm all caught up.
Are you hearing the music? Is the volume okay on the music?
Oh yeah, we had an issue with that last time, right?
Yeah.
Last time I had the music blaring loud. People were like, we can't hear what you're saying. The music is down, so I actually lowered it this time.
Okay.
I made sure that this time because the last video we did, the music was blaring loud. Okay, so that we got that covered, right?
Alaska season is coming soon.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Anybody is planning to go to Alaska this year? Is Alaska on anybody's bucket list?
James said, I wore my JBO t-shirt at Olani Fuli.
Yay!
So making many comments. Awesome.
Thank you, James, for your support. James is also our member.
Yes.
We thank all our members for your support, all your super chats and super things for the videos we make. Really appreciate you guys.
Oh, also, I want to talk shorts for a second. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we've been putting out a lot of shorts practically almost every day in between our regular vlogs. And basically the shorts are just, it's just little short 10-second clips. But we're thinking about possibly creating shorts that are a little bit, of course, that goes along with the theme and of our channel, which is, to be informative. So Irina has, I don't know, her phone is probably full with video clips because as I'm filming one thing, she's doing selfie style, talking about what she's seeing and everything else. So I think we're going to start producing shorts with a little bit more information on it, as opposed to just the scenic stuff that you're seeing with just kind of just music on it. It'll be a little bit more informative. And with shorts, I think we could be a little bit more in the present too, just because the vlogs obviously there's more work in developing it and editing it before it actually comes out. By then we're already gone and we're somewhere else. But with the lives, they can be a little bit faster just because they're off the phone and short, right? So yeah, for sure.
Andrew says, I see you have a new Alaska video. We will catch up later today. We don't have anything new on Alaska. It's just it was a short.
It might have been a short. Yeah, it's just a short clip. I think maybe 15 seconds. Yeah.
So. Fabian, first time watching.
Welcome. Love the first time watchers. Thank you for stopping by.
Rhonda says, thank you for all your Oahu videos. My daughter is going for her honeymoon in October. Nice. And is doing the shark dive. Yay.
You did and book the catamaran. You recommended. Congratulations, your upcoming wedding.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rhonda. Greatly appreciate it.
Your daughter will have a blast.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because so that's another thing. The shark dive tour that we did on Oahu.
Mm-hmm.
That video was doing really well, and a lot of people did it even though they were kind of scared. But after they saw our video, they decided to do it anyway, and they really loved it. And for some reason, it must have been maybe a year or so after that video was published. For some reason, it got to a point where I was getting into the Shark Tank, and then into the cage, I should say, and the video just went black. And people were saying, we saw the comments, people were saying, hey, are you having trouble viewing this video? And they would timestamp it. And then when I looked and checked, that's exactly what happened. It went black. So I reached out to YouTube. YouTube had no solutions for us. So what I did was I re-uploaded the video, and then that's why I posted it in the community channel. And I told you guys that, hey, we're uploading a video that was shot, a year or so ago. And, you've probably seen it already, but, the video was very popular, and we wanted other people to see the experience. So we uploaded it again. So I hope that's the one they saw where it was complete, because I actually deleted the older one. So now that was uploaded a couple weeks ago.
Fabian is from St. Lucia.
It's St. Lucia.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh,
From what part of St.
Yeah.
Lucia, Fabian?
Yeah.
Let us know. You from the side? Andrew says
no, St. Lucia. It's St. Martin.
No, St. Lucia has the French.
They have the French side as well.
Yes, Paris.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Wait, St. Lucia is with the Petit Piton?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I said Petit Piton. I know he's gonna just correct that.
And just say, I see. Congratulations on setting the date, exciting time. Very much.
Yes,
so thank you.
Yes.
You explained everything so well. Just the best. Rhonda.
Thank you. Yeah, that was a very interesting video. I really enjoyed making that video just because we were scared crapless. But we did it, and we're glad we did it, and we would do it again in a heartbeat. And if you haven't done it, I recommend you do it. And if you're still scared, watch our video.
And now whale sharks.
And now whale sharks. But whale sharks are like big fucking. They just have big mouths. I think.
Yeah, I actually do have a lot of stories from our Southern Caribbean islands that I did not have time to put them on, publish them, because excursion every single day, and by the time you get on the ship, you are tired, you have dinner, sleep, wake up in the morning, and go on the shore again. And in between, you still have to do the walking tour, and the pros and cons, and the first impressions, and everything. Visit St. Lucia. It's beautiful, but crazy.
Yeah, we were in St. Lucia a couple of weeks ago, and that is that excursion we went on. You'll have to see that video. Yeah, the driving in St. Lucia is another level. I'll just put it that way. Wow.
Never seen driving.
Wow. Out of this world.
Yeah. So back to the stories. I haven't published the stories. Let me know if you still want to see kind of like the unedited version of
raw
what
version.
we did and how everything went.
Yeah.
So are we ready for our next video?
Yes. So what I'm going to do is that I am going to publish the walking tour of the Norwegian epic.
It is now live?
It is now live. Yes.
Okay.
So I just published the Norwegian
epic
walking tour. So we walk you throughout the ship so you can see what it looks like. Wait till you get to the part where we show you our room. That has a very interesting twist. But yes, if you guys have sailed the epic before, you will know exactly what I'm talking about before you even get to that part of the video, for sure. So yeah, be sure to check that video out. It's now live. And again, the videos that are coming out after this, we still have Coruscant and St. Lucia and Bonaire and St. Kitts. We teamed up with one of the tour companies in St. Kitts, and it was awesome. And we'll show you that as well. St. Kitts was unbelievably beautiful.
Fabian is asking, did you go to the Sulphur Springs? Yes.
We did go to the
Yes.
Sulphur Springs. Yep, that's one of the parts of the tour as well.
That's the only thing we went to.
But yet the tour was supposed to go to waterfalls and the bat caves and this cave and that cave and
Yeah.
a lot of things. It didn't really pan out that way, but I don't want to give it away too much because that video is coming out within probably by next week. So definitely check that video out. And I would definitely like to hear from you specifically, Fabian. I want to get your take on that video because it's very interesting.
Yolanda is asking, have you been on the NCL Joy? We have.
We have.
Yeah, and we have a set of series of videos from the Joy as well. Beautiful ship, newly renovated. Yeah. We had an excellent time. Staff was well trained, and the food was great, and the staff were awesome as well. So look for that.
Well, actually, at the end of the tour of the video I just published, at the end of that has a playlist of all the ships that we've been on recently, and Joy is located in that. So at the end of that video, you can see what the Joy looks like, the walking tour and everything else. And speaking of great staff, on the Royal Caribbean, we actually, and I am very proud of this one, is we had an amazing time with our staff at dinner. And what we decided to do, and our rooms, of course. And what we decided to do is to give the flowers to the people who deserve it a lot. And I think everyone who has taken a cruise known that your room steward and the people down in the dining room, they are incredible. So what we did, and we had an amazing staff, we interviewed 5 of them? Yeah, 5 or 6 of them. They were amazing. Each one of them had an amazing story to tell. We sat down with them. They took their time. They gave us their personal time to sit with us, talk to us, and we're giving you an insight. And hopefully that's what you get to take away from watching the video on how these people work. We actually spoke about some of their
go through.
Yes, what they go through on the back end that we don't even see. Not only that, like their personal life. Like, a lot of times we go on vacation, 7 days, 10 days, 12 days, whatever it is. And, they're just there bringing you your food. The service is great. They bring you water. You don't have to ask for anything. And if you do, it's there in a heartbeat. And that's all you really know. Maybe you know their name. They share a few laughs. Some have more character than others. But these people have families at home and
some on board too.
Yes. Some. Yes. So there's a lot that we actually sat down and we spoke to them, and they gave us some amazing insights on their personal lives and also
their
dreams, aspirations, their goals. So it's a really interesting piece, and I can't wait to publish that video so you guys can really see what it is that these people go through and their day-to-day. Very, very, very interesting.
Yolanda is saying, hope you visited Mayan ruins.
Which one?
Mayan ruins.
So in Mexico?
On each island. I don't know where you're referring to. We visited Mayan ruins in Mexico.
Belize.
Belize. Which one did we go to?
When we were in Chan.
Yeah,
those that are underneath.
Oh yeah. So which one are you referring to?
Yes, Yolanda, let us know.
Southern Caribbean, I don't think they have any
Mayan ruins. I'm not sure which one, unless we missed it.
You both are amazing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. They work hard. Oh man.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Well, of course, we always try to give you guys as much information as possible and share our experiences without being biased, because that can play a part of it sometimes, but we give it to you like it is. And I know sometimes when we create pros and cons of different places, whether it's a hotel, a resort, an excursion we go on or anything like that. But and some people, we get a lot of comments. Sometimes we get backlash where people like, oh, you guys are Debbie Downers, why don't you just stay home? You don't deserve to go on vacation. And a lot of times it's simply just based on our experience. I mean, it's typically kind of like if you go to a restaurant and the service was bad that day by that waiter. Well, maybe that waiter or waitress had a bad day and it kind of trickled down to you. You didn't get a smile, with your food, and if that matters a lot to you, you're gonna say, wow, the service was bad because you didn't get that smile. But again, it's all human,
Also, we we have all traveled, and we have experienced a lot of excellent service, top of
Right.
the notch service, and we have experienced some,
So we could compare.
some not so good
You know, a lot of
service.
times you go to a 5-star resort and you don't get 5-star service, then we'll call it out for what it is.
Fabian actually have a beautiful saying: tough times don't last, but tough people do.
I like that one. I like
it
that
a
one.
lot.
Yes, that's a good one.
Yeah, Rhonda has a good question. How did you pick Maldives for your wedding? And are you finding airfare is just terrible right now?
Airfare in general, be a little bit more specific on that question, on the last part of your questions. Are you talking about airfare to Maldives specifically, or just in general traveling?
Sounds like just
in general, right? That's what I would think.
So Maldives is known for having is known as a wedding destination and honeymoon destination. So
as well as luxury.
It is just stunning views, pristine beaches, pretty much top of the world beaches.
Yes.
So it's a no-brainer.
Yes, if you guys are not familiar with the Maldives, definitely all you have to do is just Google it, and then when Google gives you your information, click on images. That's all you need to do. And you'll fall in love with it instantly. I mean, they have a lot of what you will see. A word, if you're not familiar with it, is called atoll, right? And the atoll is basically all the islands. I think Maldives have over 1,200 islands, but only X amount, I think 122, are inhabited. So it's just...
I wouldn't go by this information.
Well, yes, I threw those numbers out. We're not sure, but best believe by the time the Maldives video come out, we're going to give you factual numbers, like I said before. But this is kind of what I've just heard. So yes, definitely. It's one of the amazing places to get married. We did consider Bora Bora. That was another place that we're considering, but we're actually just going to go to Bora Bora and kind of hang out there because it's just beautiful as well.
Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce Maya ruins in Costa Maya, Mexico. Okay, so Yolanda, Costa Maya was one of our ports of call, but we actually never docked there. Our ship just skipped it because they said it was too windy.
Yes, it was very windy when we went there.
For the day, and they were saying that a lot of times cruise ships, when you have Costa Maya on your itinerary, a lot of times they just skip it because they can't dock. So we never visited it. And for the flights in general, I don't really find it terrible now. Again, we fly based on the fare we can find. So for example, when we were actually flying out of Puerto Rico, the day when the ship docked and we disembarked, finished our 2 back-to-back cruises, the flight was for 2 people $700 one way from Puerto Rico to New York. And what we did, we went to Culebra for 3 or 4 days. For 4 days, and then on the way back from Puerto Rico, the flight was actually $100 per person.
So that's a good example of. So obviously the flight was pricey before. So, and just the 4 days we stayed extra, the fare dropped $300. But again, it all comes down to your flexibility. You can hear about cheap fares all the time or expensive fares, and it's ridiculously expensive. But at the end of the day, I always compare like airline costs, like it's like the stock market. It's all over the place. It depends on the time you looking for a flight, or the day, or the season, or whatever the month. It really all fluctuates. And if you could just hold off for a few hours or days, it makes the world of a difference in the cost of the flight.
And sometimes we don't mind flying out of different airports. Airports do matter. Sometimes we just hop to a different city. Sometimes it's cheaper to either take a train or a bus to a different city, spend some time there, and then fly out. But if you do need like last minute emergency flights, like when we flew back from Lisbon New York, we needed an emergency flight, and that was $1,800 that we had to spend. While a round trip from New York to Portugal you can get for $350. So you see, one way for two people at $1,800, or you can get $350 per person round trip to New York.
And it's actually funny, when we were in New York last and we flew to Puerto Rico to board the 2 weeks back-to-back cruise, we actually flew on Frontier Airlines for the very first time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we heard a lot of things about Frontier Airlines, and I'm sure you guys have as well. It's one of the budget-friendly airlines. They're kind of like, I compare them to they're like the Carnival of airlines. It's just like that budget. Like Carnivals, you get their cruises are dirt cheap. But yes, Frontier is kind of like at the very bottom.
Yeah, when we flew from New York to Puerto Rico, our flight was, for two people, was only $80.
$80 on Frontier to Puerto Rico. And we
for two.
Yeah. And yes, there are some drawbacks, but again, it comes down to flexibility, being open-minded, knowing that if you're going to get on these type of flights, they do come with some things that you probably wouldn't get. I mean, like, they never fed us or anything. Like, you don't even get,
not even water.
Yeah, you don't even get water. Exactly. They do not even offer you water. They do have snacks and stuff, but you have to go through the app and you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
So it's not like they don't have any type of food on the plane or water. They do have it, but you have to pay. You have to pay for it through their app.
So the JBO Pro tip on flying Frontier, they do have restrictions for luggage, right?
Yes.
You are not allowed to even have carry-on with you, and if you don't purchase a carry-on option, what they have you do is they have what are those things?
It's kind of just the metal things that you have to put your bag in to make sure that it fits in there.
The size measurer of your bag, so they go by size, that they only allow you to bring a personal item like a small bag or small backpack, and if it's anything larger, you have to pay as a carry-on or check-in, which is $60. So the trick is, once you do purchase a one carry-on, they don't try to measure your personal bag or anything like that. So if your personal bag is a little bit bigger, they're not going to make you stuff it in that measuring size thing.
And they know that based on your ticket. They know you already purchased, so they're not going to really harass you. But with that being said, if you didn't, and you just coming with, say, a knapsack on your back or whatever, or just a bag in your hand, they know that you didn't pay. So right away, they will pull you off the line. They'll say, hey, and this is boarding. This is like when you're ready to board onto the plane. They'll just pull you to the side and say, can you put your bag inside the thing so we can make sure that it fits? And I see some people off to the side pulling stuff out of their bag, stepping on their bag, trying to crush the bag down to squeeze inside of that that thing. So it could be a little,
Yeah, we decided not to struggle. The ticket was extremely cheap, so we just bought $60 carry-on with us, and we were fine.
And I thought they were actually going to check us, but then after a while, we're like, hey, they didn't even look at it. It was no big deal. But then after a while, we figured out, it's actually because we had already paid, because they don't really harass you. They already got your money, so they're like, they're not going to stress you.
Yeah.
Really cool.
And if you decide to, maybe I can pass with my personal bag, and for some reason they say nope, it doesn't fit in this cubicle, and you have to pay now not $60 but $100. So at the gate they charge you even more.
So here's a JBO pro tip for you. If you are going that route and you're flying Frontier or even Spirit, because I think Spirit bought Frontier, so they're kind of together, even though it's two separate airlines. What you can do is that you can actually go, once you're checked in and you're in the airport, you can go to one of the stores, like one of the newsstands that sells candy and stuff, buy, candy or a magazine. They give you a bag, that little plastic bag they give you to put your stuff in. You could put your stuff in there and then walk on with that. They don't really harass you because they see that you bought something. Maybe you bought a sweater. They can't really stress you for buying something at the airport. So
well, the funny thing, other people, what I know they do, they take they fly with a sweater or jacket with large pockets. They stuff toiletry bag. It still takes place and wait. They stuff it in their pockets because they're not going to make you take off your jacket. Some people put layers or put pants around their neck.
They do everything they can to get these things on
Some
board.
people also take like regular pillowcase, but small, like travel size, and they put clothes in it to make it look like, oh, that's my pillow for my
clothes
travel.
in there.
Yeah, that's clothes in there. So people do all kinds of things, but yeah, we were actually pretty surprised. But Frontier, the seats were extremely uncomfortable.
The seats didn't even recline.
Yeah.
They were like hard. You could see that the metal is
like
exposed.
Roller coaster.
Yes, that's the best way to. They're like roller. I think even roller coaster seats are more comfortable because they had more padding. Yeah, there's like hardly any padding on the seats. But again, if you are spending such little on airfare and it's taking you to where you need to go, like you just have to be open-minded, and it's a short flight. Suck it up. You're gonna go on vacation in a few. It's just a couple hours in there, and you just gotta deal with it, and you're good to go. So,
and actually, another way how we saved pretty much $700 flying to Puerto Rico to our cruise is that, well, number one, right, we chose Frontier, which was only $80 for 2 people versus other airlines for minimum $500 for 2 people. And usually everybody recommends you have to fly in the day before your cruise, not to risk it, blah, blah, blah. So when we were looking for hotels in Puerto Rico, when we were flying in, there was a festival in San Juan, so all hotel rates, somewhat decent, were 2 and change plus tax and stuff like that. That would be $300. So $500 airfare plus the $300 hotel, that would have been $800 for us for that one day. Right. So what we did was, actually the flight that we chose for the $80 for 2 people had it was an overnight flight. So we flew into Orlando. It was nighttime. We had a 4-hour layover in the airport at night, and then in the morning we took another flight, and in the morning we landed early. In the morning we landed in Puerto Rico. The reason I was not worried is because it's a short flight, Miami to Puerto Rico, and we had the entire day ahead of us. So even anything happens, we still have time to book another flight or whatever. So instead of spending $800 plus for that flight and hotel, we spent it $80 plus $60 luggage. So that was $140. Yes, we kind of like napped a little bit in the airport, but
again, flexibility. That's what it comes down to. You have to, you got to take a little bit, and that's basically what it comes down to. And also, what really helps, and even in coming back, whenever you take these cheaper flights, and of course the hours are usually not good, and it's kind of like these red eyes and stuff. What really helps is when you get to the airport, it's like kind of 10, 11 o'clock. Sometimes you get to stay in lounges. So that's also a really nice thing, to have a lounge where you can have a bite and relax and maybe get some work done or whatever it is that you have to do. That really helps the layover a lot. So I'm not sure how many of you have what is it called again? The lounge pass. Yeah, the lounge passes. But that it really is helpful, and if you haven't applied for it, it's through the credit card, correct?
Yeah.
Through the credit card company, you can get that.
Yeah, either Amex Platinum or Chase Sapphire. We are using Chase Sapphire. We actually found it way better than Amex. We had Amex for many years, but we switched to Sapphire. The reason is because when you travel internationally, Amex is rarely accepted.
Yes, really weird, right? And I always thought, growing up as a kid, I thought Amex was the worldwide credit card. If you've gone to the most furthest corner of the world and they happen to take a credit card, it would only be Amex. But for some reason, that's not the case anymore, and I didn't know that until we actually started traveling. We're like, wow, I have an Amex card. I think that would be taken anywhere, and that's not the case anymore. I'm not sure what that's all about.
Yeah, somebody asked what our favorite airline is.
Oh, yes. Angel asked, what is the best airline?
We don't really have preference.
We don't. We really don't. And I know for some people, this might be important. Some people only fly certain airlines, just like they only cruise certain ships.
Oh, yeah.
Yolanda
says I like Delta.
Oh, there we go. Yes. Yolanda likes Delta only. So again, a lot of people, they like the services, not only for the service, but a lot of people build points. So if you fly often, or you fly a couple times a year for vacation, you stay with one airline, and then you accumulate points, and that helps you roll those points over into free vacation or free other things. So
Angel says, what about Hawaiian Airlines? It's a good airline.
yes, Hawaiian Airlines is a really good airline. I really enjoy flying them. So if you get a chance to do that, absolutely, we recommend it.
Deborah says, I don't mind Southwest because
bags
fly free. Yes. And actually,
I like Southwest actually.
Southwest have extremely cheap flights between islands of Hawaii.
Yeah, so if you're planning your Hawaii vacation, you're like, I wonder how long I should stay. If you stay like 10 days, which is like prime, you can hop from one island to the next through Southwest, and it's not going to break the bank. So definitely.
Yeah, United.
Devon says United. United is nice too. We've flown United. So what's the worst airline you actually flew on? That's what I want to know. What's the worst airline you actually flew on? For us, what would you say would be?
Well, you didn't fly Ryanair.
Oh, you flew Ryan, right? I didn't, and I heard Ryan. There's stories. Look up Ryan Airlines, but that's Europe, right?
Yeah, but Ryanair is really equivalent to Spirit or Frontier. Yeah, and while booking that Ryanair, Spirit, or Frontier, and checking in, there is like a really certain process that you really have to go through. Spirit, the like Spirit. Oh, the worst Spirit.
The worst Spirit.
We never flew Spirit. Yeah, there is a certain process that you have to go, but while you're booking that, you really need to watch out what you're booking, because they will bombard you with, okay, you booking, but wait, choose the seat, extra money, choose the bag, extra money, did you choose carry-on bag, extra money. This make sure you're checking in yourself, otherwise if you check in with the person, it will be extra money. So
peanuts, extra money.
Yeah, you have to watch out. And when you check in, before you have to make sure you check in online yourself, because if you have to check in with the person, they charge you extra. So really need to watch out. Have you flown JetBlue? Yeah, JetBlue is also a little budget. We a couple of times.
When JetBlue, I remember when JetBlue was first introduced, we flew JetBlue, and I really love JetBlue. I'm like, wow, JetBlue is really nice. I really liked it, but now we haven't flown them in a while.
Yeah.
And people have saying that they're like, no, I don't like JetBlue at all. They fell off. So it seems like they're being put in the category of Spirit and Frontier, maybe just a little higher.
Their flights is more expensive. So they don't let you bring a personal bag if you pay for it. And if you pay for it again, it's even, I think, also about $60 or $80 for a carry-on bag. Yeah. So, yeah, JetBlue, I don't like them.
So when you guys, Lynn is saying worst airline was JetBlue. When you say it's the worst airline, could you give a little bit more context on it? Was it like the service? Is it because they have a lot of hidden fees? Is it, what exactly made it the worst for you? Andrew says we are leaning towards Hyatt Regency for our next family trip.
Okay, great place.
Nice, yes, yes, really nice.
Did you watch our walking tour of Hyatt Regency?
Yes, we did a walking tour on that, so make sure you check that out so you can see exactly what it looked like.
That's Spirit Airlines in a nutshell. Fees for everything.
Yeah, a lot of these budget airlines, they up front, they make it seem like it's dirt cheap. And then watch those fine prints and watch everything else, because there's more fees behind it for sure.
Southwest is the Greyhound bus in the sky. For me, that is perfect analogy.
Wow. Yeah, Greyhound, I heard, is really bad.
Lynn says, you're tall, can't believe you fit. Yeah, in Frontier.
In Frontier. Yeah, it was bad for me. It was bad. The funny thing, check this out. So on our way from Puerto Rico to New York, after everyone got seated, the airline, the plane begins to kind of being pulled back from the jetty, I noticed in front of me there was 3 seats, and there was a gentleman in the aisle seat, and there was 2 empty seats. But that was actually the row for
Emergency exit.
the emergency exit. So I'm like, okay, I got long legs. I'll sit up front. This works perfect for me, and I know no one else is getting on the flight. So I asked the flight attendant, I'm like, excuse me, I noticed no one is sitting in the emergency seat. Is there any way I can just move up one row? And he's like, there's an extra charge for that. And I was like,
You have to pay for it.
you have to pay for it. I was like, okay, thank you. Yeah, with attitude too. So I was like, okay, never mind. I'll just be crammed for 2 hours and a half.
Like sardines, Glenn said.
Yeah, pretty much. What else do we have?
Oh yeah, interesting. Yes, we saw the walking tour. I love the central location. Yes, location is prime, absolutely.
Yeah, it is. It's like it's right across the street from Duke's statue. Like it doesn't get more central than that.
But everything, a lot of hotels, you might think they're far, but everything is so close.
Yes, that's one thing to think about, Andrew. A lot of the hotels, and again, on our channel, I'm not sure how many of the hotel walking tours you've seen, but even if you go a block north, south, even back away from the beach, really nice hotels, you can actually get it for cheaper. And again, you're in the center of everything. So that's one thing I noticed about Waikiki. You're really not too far. Some of the furthest hotels I would say is kind of is the Hilton Hawaiian.
Yeah, I mean it's still on the beach.
It's still on the beach, but that's what I'm trying to say.
More awake. But it also depends what they are looking for. If they're looking to go like to the mall, Ala Moana, that way, that would be kind of like center. But to walk towards like Duke's restaurant or Duke's statue, center. That would be like 15-20 minute walk from Hilton Hawaiian. So right, yeah, it depends what you're looking for.
But you can't go wrong either way. Don't think of it. It won't be. I mean, no matter where you stay, you're pretty much within like a 10-15 minute walk tops to everything that you need to get to. So you don't really need to stress that too much. And if it's going to cost you $200-300 less to go stay at another hotel, our suggestion is to do that for sure.
Angel liked Hilton Hawaiian Village.
Yes.
And now staying in Aulani. Oh, beautiful. So you coming with kids? You're going with kids? How many kids do you have?
What kind of rooms do you like on the NLC? Well, NCL, I'm sorry, NLC. It's funny, Yolanda. Basically, whenever we cruise, after our first, I think, 2 cruises that we ever took together, which was a while ago, we had balcony. Now, whenever we book interior rooms. I know for some people that's a complete no-no. They need to have their balcony. They need to walk out and get fresh air, and I get that. But for us, I think it's just a little bit different, just because we're hardly in our rooms to begin with. Like we get up in the morning, we have breakfast, we get dressed, we're ready to go. Even if it's a day at sea, right? Even if it's a day at sea, we're out. We're filming content. We're moving around. We're doing things. So we ever hardly in our room, you know. So again, a balcony for us, you know, you're paying maybe $100-200 or more because of a balcony. It's not worth it for us to do that because we're not really enjoying it. We're not just kicking back with our feet up on the rail,
and having
cocktails on our balcony or breakfast on the balcony. We just, you know, it's not our thing. So we always get interior rooms, and you know.
Yeah, and it's funny to me, like a lot of you think, oh, you're on vacation all the time, but in reality, we're on the go, shooting, filming something, creating some type of content. So it's always, and a lot of times when we are in a location, it's literally running from morning until evening. We're running from one location to another, filming stuff, compiling the tips and things like that.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
it is a lot. So when Angel did say that we work hard, we do. But again, it's a fine balance, and you have to kind of know how to finagle it. And I think we've done a good job of doing it. Sometimes it does take away from our personal time, because there's times where like happened on the cruise, we would go on an excursion. When we're done with the excursion, we might have maybe 3 hours left before we have to board the ship, and now we're maybe on the beach. So when we get to that beach, Irina will stay on the beach, but I do a walking tour. And for those of you who don't know, we have a second channel where we do walking tours. And basically, wherever we are, if we have the time, I'll walk the entire length of the beach from one end to the next, depending obviously on how long it is.
Yeah, have you seen any of the walking tours?
Yes, let us know. Have you guys seen that our second channel? It's called
World Travel Walking Tours. And this is a completely different from other walking tours that we have of the hotels and everything. So on JBO we do guided walking tours, so pretty much me and together sometimes one, we explain everything that you see, the location, give you extra tips, and so basically we're giving you a guided tour. On World Travel Walking Tours, it's just scenery, the ambience of the location, all you see. So there is no narrative.
Right. It's just whatever you hear while you're walking. And that all came about while we were in Hawaii. I used to walk Waikiki Beach, and people say, wow, I would really love to see this beach without the commentary, because sometimes I would just kind of point things out as I'm walking to let people know what they're seeing. But some people I just wanted to hear the waves. I wanted to hear the people on the beach. I wanted to hear the birds or the wind or whatever. So we decided to make that channel. So back to the story, what I was saying, there's times where we get to a beach and we might have, a few hours left on the beach, but I have to walk the beach back and forth. So I have to pick a starting point, walk to it, and then walk all the way, and then kind of walk, back to Irina. And then sometimes that gives like an hour together, and then we'll jump in the water and we'll have our fun and splash around. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way, but again, it's hard work. But again, if you're having fun doing it, it never really is hard work, is it? So, we do have fun creating this. And I mean, the biggest reward is when you guys comment on our videos and you guys are like, oh my gosh, this information, I was looking for it and we're planning on going there, and this is a perfect video. That for us is because the work we put in, this is what we get out, is your comments, your likes, your support, watching the video. That's all that really matters at the end. Sharing the video, yes, that's all that really matters to us. So thank you for that.
Rhonda said, thank you for Sheraton Princess Waikiki review. The smell you said, it really helped my daughter not to pick it. That's good to know. What you need to tell your daughter is she can go to any hotels that she wants. She can walk in, take a look. Maybe just that day that we went, maybe they already updated that area and it doesn't smell anymore. Let her know that she can walk in, walk around, and let us know if it still smells the same, because maybe again it just was the day that we went, but yeah, it was a pretty nasty smell. Great advice, thank you. How exciting! Congratulations. Sorry I'm late. Well, no problem. Jules, thank you for joining.
Yes. I just said, so have a good evening. We have to go for now. Okay, Andrew, we'll see you. Thank you for stopping by. Always appreciated. Our panelist says, I went to Waikiki, Hawaii, October 2021. I stayed at the Embassy Suite. And looking at your videos before, and I was able to get through a wonderful vacation.
Yay!
Love
awesome.
Love that. Awesome.
Nice. Really happy to hear. And well, that's what we're here for. To help you get the most out of your vacation and not to make the mistakes we did. Well, thank you so much for joining. If you do have time, grab popcorn and watch the Norwegian Epic Walk-in Tour.
That video is now
already published.
Yes.
So just head over to our, latest videos, right?
And we will try our very best to come on again live one more time before we leave on our endeavors. We'll try. It's going to be tight. No promises here. But again, we'll keep you updated in the community tab of our site. So if you've subscribed and you've turned on the notifications to all, whenever we post any type of blurb or any type of quick messages or maybe photos or quick little videos, we post that in the community just so you kind of know what's going on and you're kind of caught up to, the next vlog.
Yeah. And we are again flying out on the 28th of February, and save the date for March 7th, our wedding.
7th, yes.
Thank you so much for watching. And as usual,
Just be
out
out
with
with us.
us.
Gee.